Well, what inspired me to get into martial arts was I've always loved martial arts. Since I was a little kid, I've been watching Kung Fu cinema and all that stuff. But my mom was like, hey, you little chubster, you need to find a pastime. And luckily, my pastime, which was judo, became a passion of mine. And that's how I started martial arts. My earliest memory as a martial artist is when I'm 9 years old, which is when I started training, and it's in Tijuana, Mexico, and I was doing really well in my division, but then I came up against a female, the only female in the division, and she full point smashed me on my back, and that was that. I think I took second or third place. Let's see, when I knew that martial arts was more than just a hobby was actually probably pretty early on in my teens, when I was working with like my demo team and we were doing performances for Anime Expo and Comic Con and things like that. And I thought, wow, where can I take this? Because I love this and I want this to be a part of my life. All right, so I have always loved empowered women. So anything from like Xena to Red Sonja to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Catwoman, I was always like, these people are so cool. And I just was inspired by that. And those were like my heroes. I always loved badass girls. So a typical training day for me looks like waking up in the morning, getting to KSTAR about 10, training for a couple hours. Depending on what the team has going, maybe we work on something in the afternoon and potentially come back at night to work on these guns. But also I think important with the training regimen is eating healthy and doing things to better your mental state as well. What is the major misunderstanding of martial arts? I think that's a loaded question. What is apparent to me is not on someone else's radar. For me, martial arts is very much an art form, and my emphasis with martial arts is on the art and what I can do with it as a performer, as an artist, as a human in that sense. For someone else, it may be self-defense. It could be a way to make a living, you know, fighting. It could be a way to get out of a bad situation, but you know, it's just what your perspective of martial arts is. I've seen some cool things, but you know, there is this martial arts master who towed a plane with his genitals and that's pretty crazy. That's got to be up there. I don't know, I've seen some martial artists become household names like Jackie Chan or Jet Li. You know, have you ever seen Muhammad Ali like dodging on the ropes? I mean, there's so many incredible things that martial artists have done with their art. I can't really boil it down to just one. My advice for a new practitioner of martial arts is not to take it too seriously. And if you're deciding to make it a career, don't take it too seriously. You have to find your fun and your joy in what you're doing to have longevity. If everything is a fight and everything is serious all the time, you know, you'll burn out. That's not to say don't train hard, don't go deeper into it. And I guess there is some seriousness to that, but you know, find your joy is really what it's about. Life, so being a hero in my life, what that means is taking the high road, making the choices that might be difficult, but are ultimately the right thing to do with what you have decided to be your moral compass. You know, you have a moral compass and you know what direction that thing points, and to consistently make choices in that direction is how you become more of a hero, probably for others and also yourself.